stress affects your immune system, but in a way you already knew that because when you are feeling stressed, you all of a sudden get a cough or a cold when you think to yourself, I wasn't around anyone sick, I don't know why all of a sudden I have this runny nose. But in reality, you realize the effects that stress has on your body and why you might be feeling that way. What's exciting now is that some of the science is showing what's actually happening in our blood when we're stressed and how that could be used for developing therapeutics in the future. So in mice, there's this protein here called MMP8 that is going up higher, and that's kind of correlating with the stress and how someone might actually feel in terms of having the negative effects of stress, like depression, anxiety, and long-term effects of whatever else might come along. They're finding that when these levels of MMP8 are high, these mice now are avoiding social contact and having more depressive-like symptoms. What's also interesting is that the level of monocytes, which is a white blood cell that fights off infections and actually does a bunch of other functions in your body, that level is also high when you're stressed. Now specifically, that level is high and it's high in the brain near the reward regions. So they're postulating that this is actually one of the theories for why you're getting depressed, is that perhaps there's an interaction between your immune system, again, your monocytes, that are then releasing the MMP8 protein, and that might be causing some underlying symptoms of depression, if not the whole depression itself. The part that excites me the most is that potentially we could create some sort of blood test, because depression now, there's really nothing that, it's not like potassium or calcium where you take some blood and there's a low level. But if there's some sort of blood test that shows you that your levels of monocytes in the brain or your MMP8 is high, then perhaps we could actually tackle on depression before it becomes more symptomatic. Perhaps if there's a little increase in that MMP8 protein, then you could say, hey, let's try to do something about this before this becomes more of a big problem. And then the patient might offer, like, you know what, I have been feeling X, Y, and Z over the last couple of weeks. So that's a potential game changer, because again, whenever you catch anything early in medicine, it can just greatly improve quality of life.